Let's now have a look at using the knife clamps with a 360 rotatable, 180 degree rotatable knife clamp holder to sharpen a knife on the Leading Edge Sharpening System. So I'm going to attach this assembly. I'll just remove the knife clamp and holder from it. I'm going to attach that to any of the top screw holes here. Pick this middle position here, line that up to the center, screw this into position. Then this knife clamp holder slot into the slot here, lock in position. Can be used to sharpen one side of a blade, which I'll clamp and demonstrate in a moment. Once you're done with one side, swivel this up, out, rotate, sharpen the other side. So moving this to the side for a moment. This is standard Hapstone clamps. It's a standard Hapstone Opti size clamp, angled Opti clamp. You can install various different Hapstone clamps onto this clamp holder that I have. They can be adjusted, loosened, slid out, further outwards. They can also be removed and swiveled inward. Which is likely what I'll need for this blade that I'm going to attach to it here. It's very handy, these angled clamps. You can get into any position that you'd like. This also comes with a set of longer screws if you need for bigger blades, small or thicker blades. Right now these screws should be the right length for this knife. Open these up. The way I'm going to clamp this knife to make sure it's secure is using one clamp on this flat tang area here, another clamp just as additional support so it doesn't move up and down closer towards the front of the blade. I'm going to tighten this clamp here into position. Again, as I said before, if you're using this, make sure that your knife is clamped approximately 90 degrees to your sharpening plane. So I'm going to take the tip and the heel and just have that roughly aligned 90 degrees to the actual sharpening plane, which this knife is in position right now. Tighten this up. And with this clamping position that I did here, one on the tang here, one further to the front, you'll see now the knife cannot rotate inside of the clamps. It's pretty secure. It also won't move up and down when you're sharpening, so it's a nice secure position to clamp most pocket knives. This goes into position here. Back, lock this down till it doesn't move out. Sharpening stone in the clamp, whichever you prefer, in position, into the bearing in the back, onto the blade. Adjust your angle back here until you're at exactly the angle you're looking for. Again, best method if you want to stick to the original factory grind is to color the edge with a Sharpie. Place the stone in position. Adjust that up and down until you remove all of the Sharpie. And then continue sharpening as before till you reach a burr. Once you've done one side, loosen this, remove the knife out of the clamp, rotate it 180 degrees, put it back into position, clamp that down, place your stone back in, sharpen the other side. Yet again, until you can start feeling a little burr developing on the bottom. Swap it back, move up to your finer stones and finish your sharpening process. Again, I'm not going to do a full sharpening demonstration here. There are lots of demonstrations on YouTube. I might do a demonstration later on as well for anybody who's specifically interested. But this is just a how-to video on how to use most of the basic features of the Leading Edge Sharpening System. On the bottom here is a fine tuning adapter. The top is your macro adjustment, loosening this to adjust your angle. If you want to use a digital angle cube, zero it on this platform, because that is your sharpening plane. Then place it, your little digital angle cube, on this platform. Measure your angle while you're adjusting to exactly what you're looking for. So for example, if you would like to put a 15-degree angle on a knife, zero your digital angle cube or your phone with an app, a double level app, zero it on this platform, this line or that line, same angle as the knife being sharpened. Then place it on this platform and adjust and measure your angle until you're right at the angle you're looking for. If you don't want to lock it into position and you want to do fine tuning adjustments, loosen the top screw, keep the bottom one into position, and simply rotate this until you're right at the angle you're looking for before locking the top into position again.